Liverpool are back to winning ways, and they've gone ahead to annihilate West Ham by 5 goals to 1. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? Late night live stream, and it looks like I had obviously coming to really show you exactly what this is all about. And it's the Liverpool win, taking them to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup of 2023-2024, and Liverpool have gone ahead to dominate this game, and they are back to winning ways. Remember, over the weekend, they drew with Man United at Anfield, something that never went down well for very many people, but it looks like they are back to winning ways, and they've gone ahead to make what we call a statement win. Putting 5 past West Ham was not something easy, because West Ham really packed the bus, but in the due course of parking the bus, they found themselves in a position of not being able to obviously get to where they deserve to be. So, Liverpool have cruised past West Ham easily. It was an easy cruise, and trust me, it has been really some good games for Liverpool, especially for those players that really went ahead to come in through. And remember, they went ahead to rest in players because they're going to face Arsenal, right? And we are going to discuss about that in detail. But let's see close to 100 likes by this video as we talk sports and goals when it went ahead to rain and poured at Anfield. Remember, last game, they really had very many shots at goal versus Manchester United, and they had 33 shots, but only 9 were on target. And today they've gone ahead to improve. They had 29 shots and 11 were on target. And out of those 11, 5 crossed the line, and it looked like it was something great. But it was not as easy as you guys thought it was going to be, because it took Liverpool 28 minutes to score their first goal through Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai went ahead to really pull out a shot at the edge of the 18th box area, and it went inside. So they really had a very good showcase, but the team of West Ham couldn't obviously allow them. The team of West Ham couldn't really allow them to obviously go ahead and really do the needful to obviously get themselves going and going. So it was really hard for Liverpool to go past them, but they went ahead to obviously put up a show, and that show was really failed, because however hard they really blocked Liverpool from scoring, they really went ahead to pull that trigger, and it went the back of the net in the 28th minute. And they really required that goal from Dominik Szoboszlai, and that goal really went ahead to obviously make things happen, and they really went on well to happen. So let's start off with how everything really went on. This was Harvey Elliott, and it was the first one to obviously have one of the great chances. He really got a ball around the 11th minute, and when he got that ball, he really hit it, and it really curled out of the goal area. But it was really a very threatening effort that he put in through, and it never really went in the first 10 minutes of the game. Liverpool looked like they lacked what we call the quality to break through. That's it. But in the 28th minute, Szoboszlai pulled the trigger outside the 10-yard box area after Curtis Jones went ahead to make a very good cut in through the central axis and released him. And then Szoboszlai got control of that game. And when he controlled that game, guess what Szoboszlai did? Szoboszlai went ahead, obviously pulled a trigger, and that trigger made it count in the 28th minute. And trust me, it was really one of those moments that really opened up Liverpool to success, because they had no way they could go past this side of West Ham. West Ham had gone ahead to put in a very huge defending spirit, but they let Szoboszlai shoot. And if at all you remember that position that Szoboszlai went ahead to score that goal from, he has gone ahead to score very many goals from that position. And West Ham looked like they had not gone ahead to do what we call a thorough check, or background check on Szoboszlai. In that position, I've seen him score close to 3 or 4 goals this season. That is Szoboszlai, and he's really flying. To me, he's the best signing in the Premier League this season. People won't like it, others will hate it, but to me, Szoboszlai is the best signing of the season. I don't know what your thoughts are about it, but for me, Szoboszlai is the best signing of the season. I was going to hate to fit in that Liverpool side. He's scoring goals, he's putting up assists, and this season, no one comes close to him. To me, on every player that was signed in the Premier League this season, I think Szoboszlai has gone ahead to obviously do the needful. And one will say, what about Declan Rice? Declan Rice, for me, why Szoboszlai supersedes Declan Rice is, Declan Rice was a player that has been playing the Premier League, ever since his debut at West Ham. He has been playing the Premier League, but Szoboszlai has been unreal. 2 goals in the Premier League and 2 assists, 2 goals into the Carabao Cup, and in the UEFA Europa League has not going to score any. But his influence has been failed immediately at the side of Liverpool, and the opponents have gone ahead obviously do feel his wrath or test his wrath. Though teams like Manchester United went ahead obviously silence him at Anfield, but it was really a very brilliant display in there for you, and it really went ahead obviously look on well for the side of Liverpool tonight. 5 past West Ham, and Szoboszlai was on target, and he really did a very good job. I'm having someone in the comment section, he's telling me about Mariam Babirie. Man, Maddison for Spurs. Yeah, Maddison is doing a very good job, but Maddison has been in the Premier League. It's always different to really get used to the Premier League. The Premier League is the hardest league by the way in the world. We've seen very many players come through from all corners of the world into the Premier League, and they've gone ahead to implode when they really hit the Premier League. But when you look at how this guy, Szoboszlai, has gone ahead to come in through and obviously hit the ground running, look at players like, which player has Arsenal signed that was going to hit the ground running when he's not in the Premier League? Players Arsenal signed out of the Premier League. Gabriel Magalhaes, he never hit the ground running. It took him like a season to obviously get into that. Which other player? Fabio Vieira, he's still struggling. I think most of the players that Mikel Arteta has gone in for are Premier League players. You get? Julian Timber, to me, would have been one of the competitors if at all he never got an injury, because you saw to it that in the Community Shield, he played very well. Even in that game of Nottingham Forest, the Open of Arsenal, where he got an injury, he really went ahead to play very, very well. But Declan Rice, he's really good, He's in the same levels as Szoboszlai, but the difference is Szoboszlai has gone ahead to come in through and really perform at that level without playing in the Premier League. This has been his usual ground, The Premier League has been a usual ground for Declan Rice. He knows all the nitty-gritties, that happen at different Premier League clubs or on their grounds. He also knows exactly what the players play like. But this guy known as Szoboszlai, guys, he's really great. He's really great. And I support Man United. One time I really said, how did United not spend 70 million euros onto Szoboszlai, and they decided to spend it onto Mason Mount? Because Szoboszlai is an absolute steal at only 60 million pounds. Look at what the guy is doing today. He has gone ahead to score an opener for Liverpool. And smash like button, comment and share. So the second goal coming through, as you see it there, it's really a beautiful one. Really a beautiful one. It was really a very good interchange of passes between Curtis Jones and Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez is growing slowly into the game of Liverpool, and he's doing more assists than goals this season. So today he has gone ahead to do that interplay. He has gone ahead to do that interplay in between him and Curtis Jones, and Curtis Jones went ahead to obviously put that ball through the legs of the goalkeeper, and it really counted. It really counted 2-0. 2-0 for Liverpool, and Curtis Jones went ahead to obviously celebrate in triumph, and then his fellow teammates went ahead to join him, and the West Ham players really got to know that it's over and over and over. It was done and dusted, by the way, at that moment. But it looked like it was not going to stop to rain, Third goal came in through. Third goal came in through Cody Gakpo, and it was outside the 10 box area. But Cody Gakpo went ahead to obviously get hold of that ball and really hit it at the back of the net to make it 3-0. And he really has gone ahead to set up a record. In every Carabao Cup game of Liverpool, Cody Gakpo has gone ahead to obviously score. That is it. He can obviously get himself into that record. He's on fire and is really firing up all cylinders. Cody Gakpo signed for £37 million last season. Sorry, January this year, not so, in the winter transfer window from PSV, and he is really doing wonders. Then later, we went ahead to obviously have the fourth goal coming in from Mohamed Salah, and he finished it very, very well, and he went ahead to celebrate. Mohamed Salah is really doing and firing all cylinders at Liverpool. Very good goal. And then later Curtis Jones went ahead to make it a brace for him. So it was really very important that Liverpool have gone ahead to obviously go through. But we see to it that they've gone ahead to win by 5-0. But having gone ahead to win by 5-0, it really puts them in another gear as they prepare to take on Arsenal. Let me see what Mariam is telling me. Szoboszlai cannot end Liverpool season when injured the way Maddison did to Spurs. I assure you, when Rice is injured, Arsenal will not even make top 4. At times, he literally plays alone. I understand, but Szoboszlai, he's being given a lot of liberty to operate at Liverpool. And in my opinion, I think the best position for Declan Rice is not in number 6. For me, I think if at all Arsenal can get in a Douglas Luiz or a Zubimendi to play in the CDM area, I think Declan Rice will best play for the club of Arsenal as a box-to-box midfielder. You've seen it, that every time Arsenal's going to hate to need his services, look at the game of Man United, game of Chelsea. There is another game, Declan Rice went ahead to score a goal. The game of Luton Town, you know, what Odegaard did in the game of Luton Town when it was 3-3 in the dying minutes, Odegaard dropped deep and he let Declan Rice play up front. Declan Rice is not given a lot of freedom, you know, at Arsenal. And you see to it that every time he's given freedom to operate in more further areas of the midfield, you see what happens. He can create magic because he's a good, talented player. So I see him as a very good box-to-box player, and I don't know what Mikel Arteta is gonna do for him. But this guy Szoboszlai, for me, he's really good. Your argument is right that he cannot end Liverpool season when injured, the way Maddison did to Spurs. I assure you, when Rice is injured, Arsenal will not even make top 4. I think even when Declan Rice is injured, Arsenal can make top 4. They can make top 4. But if you told me that if at all Declan Rice really gets injured, he will obviously come in through. He will obviously come in through, and Arsenal won't win the trophy. For that, I really admit that it's hard for Arsenal to win the trophy without Declan Rice. Why? When Arsenal is playing these other teams like Luton Town and very many others, it won't all that matter, you know, whether Declan Rice is in or out. But Declan Rice helps Arsenal a lot when they're playing teams like Newcastle, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Man City, you know. He really controls that midfield with the energy, and you see to it that he has shown his levels every time they've gone ahead to obviously face those teams. But for Maddison, the problem was Spurs went ahead to counter very many injuries at the same time. Sergio Romero, after Maddison got an injury and was taken off, Sergio Romero was red-carded, Udogie was red-carded, then Van der Ven got an injury in the second half. You get? So they got 4 players missing out at the same time. That is it. But if at all they really went ahead to obviously get Maddison out alone, they would have gone ahead to really win. But you can't lose Van der Ven and Sergio Romero, your best central defense partnership. And by the way, at the beginning of the season, I think it was the second best partnership to Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, right? Then you lose out your central defense partnership. Then you lose out your left back, that is Udogie. Then Maddison goes out. So I think that was really very, very painful for Spurs. That's why you should eat that. When Sergio Romero got back, Besuma got back, Metasa got back, Richarlison got back, Udogie is back. You see how they are really playing. They've gone ahead to win their 2 games, you know, without James Maddison. They're creating chances. You get? Licheslo sometimes comes through and really plays it there. Sometimes Kulusevski is pushed into the midfield to obviously do the needful. So I think for me, I go with Szoboszlai. But the reason as to why the word option was created is that to cater for everyone's decision. But we wait and see at the end of the season whether Szoboszlai will obviously be playing like he's playing right now for the side of Liverpool. Then you're going to have to ask me, when is the RD or Rokan Media end of year bash for Uganda chapter of subscribers? I think we can think about it, but not at the end of this year. Maybe next year we'll throw one. Yeah, we'll throw one because it was not part of the plan. But I really understand that soon, next year, I'm going to note it in my notebook. You know, we are going to obviously think about it and really see how things obviously going to transpire. That is next year. So thank you very much, Mariam, for that thought. And I'm going to have to buy it. So next year, we are going to work on it. That is it. We are going to work on it. And we'll see how many of you can come in through to obviously celebrate with us as we obviously mark will be the third year, second year, one of those in action. Then I'm having Casey Bodo Nicholas. Let's wait for this weekend with Arsenal. All right, Liverpool are going to play Arsenal, and we all know that it's one of the biggest games that is going to be played because it's going to be the top of the table clash, Liverpool versus Arsenal. With Arsenal having rested for 7 days, Liverpool have gone ahead to rest for how many days? They're going to rest Thursday, Friday, only 2 days, and they're going to be in action at Anfield. But all I want to let you know is that Liverpool have gone ahead to rest their players. Salah, Konate, Alisson Becker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Luis Diaz. Who else? They've gone ahead to rest 6 players, you know. So their team is going to come a little bit fresh. But there will be difference in energy levels because Arsenal have not gone ahead to kick a game today. So Liverpool are really losing some energy, right? But they'll obviously put up a shift, and we all know that they can really come in through and really face Arsenal. But it's going to be a very, very beautiful fixture. And tomorrow, Thursday, I'm coming up with a match preview. Be prepared. It's coming in through, and I'll really let you know what my thoughts are about that game of football as Arsenal goes ahead to pay a visit to Anfield. But what a way to get back to winning ways. You know, Manchester United frustrated Arsenal a lot over the weekend. Arsenal was totally frustrated by Liverpool. Liverpool was frustrated by Manchester United over the weekend. And let no one lie to you that Liverpool was really left the same. They were not left the same. But today, they really went ahead to uplift themselves high, and they went ahead to put up a show. And to me, my man of the match on the day is going to be Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones went ahead to put in a very good shift tonight, and I really loved everything he did on the field of play. The first goal, he was involved. You know, he scored the second goal. He scored the 5th goal. So he comes in with a brace that put Liverpool to where they deserve to be. And let no one not get worried, particularly an Arsenal fan, because it's going to be a different game of football altogether. They cannot put 5 past Arsenal, but they might be really good students from what United did them. And maybe Jurgen Klopp will obviously say, I need to obviously find means of breaking down a team that really plays a low block and defends very well, because you all know that Arsenal is one of those teams that are going to hate obviously defend well away from home, and they're going to hate to keep more clean sheets than nobody in the Premier League away from home. So that puts them in an ilk of really being the best defensive team away from home, and Liverpool need to obviously do the needful. For Man United, who have gone ahead to concede very many goals away from home, they went ahead to really stop them from really scoring. So what does that mean to you? It means Liverpool have gone ahead to obviously learn a lot. But Harvey Elliott also had a very beautiful display tonight at Anfield, and Smiskas is another one who went ahead obviously put in the show, and Virgil van Dijk played 60 minutes and he was taken off. Then Endo played 60 minutes, was taken off. And you saw to it that they are playing this game, but all their minds, we are thinking about one team. That was Arsenal, that they're going to play over the weekend. Then West Ham lost 5, and you saw they rested Ward-Prowse, Lucas Paqueta, who else? Kurt Zuma. They rested like 5 players also, and they did it all in the name of Man United. The fixture they are playing over the weekend, they were also forward-looking, and they really thought that maybe we cannot take all our energy at Anfield and get drained, All we have to do is let's do the needful. After doing the needful, we'll see what will happen for us, and the rest will be history. So that is it, and that's how everything we went in through. I'm just waiting to see what the draws are gonna be like, because they have to be out. Chelsea Middlesbrough in that hut. So we are waiting to see what draws, who is going to be facing who. Remember, Liverpool is through, Chelsea is through, Fulham is through, and Middlesbrough is through. So we want to know what is the semi-final tie going to be like. That's what exactly we're waiting for here. And we are really waiting to see how these ties are obviously going to go. But it looks like the draw is going to take a little bit of some time. Let me turn on my TV and see whether it's on. Not really. So guys, all I want us to do is simple. I'm going to record a video when the draw is done, right? When the draw is done, I'm going to record a video and really upload it and really let you know who is facing who in the Carabao Cup semi-final. But I wouldn't like to see Liverpool and Chelsea facing them at this stage. I want to see a final of Liverpool and Chelsea, and remember, it's going to be a double tie. You host and you get hosted too. So double tie for the semi-finals. I sign out for now. See you later. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. Thank you, Mariam Babirie, for watching in through, and Kesi Zibodo Nicholas. See you later. Ciao, ciao.